podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, show recap prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and we are back live to close out Doubleheader Sunday. This could possibly be the last Doubleheader Sunday for a while. I don't know. I didn't really get much of a answer for how much longer the show was going to be on. It just couldn't really tell, honestly, from the ending. I'm sure there's going to be a show next week, which I don't think anybody's probably going to be watching. They could. I mean, it'll be after SummerSlam, but I know I won't be watching, so I won't be recapping it as well either. And I believe that there is I don't know if the AEW at least, or pay-per-view is still on as well. I'm just retweeting. All right, so like I said, I'm not sure if this is my last LFG recap or not. What's going on, John? I actually have not drawn for the $25 yet. That will be Sunday, August the 9th. I announced that earlier on my show at 6 p.m. If you would have been there, I did give a free membership away to my exclusive news. So on the 9th, I'm going to be holding 2 drawings. 2 people will get into the news channel. There will be a $25 drawing, and then there's a $100 drawing as well on the 9th. You will be, if you're a sub to my YouTube channel, you will be entered into the $100 drawing as well. So, and you have commented, so you definitely will be entered. So if you can, please hit that like button. If you could go back to the earlier stream that I did at 6 p.m. and hit that like button, that would be well appreciated. That's how I do these giveaways, and especially on the 6 p.m. show to my exclusive news channel and stuff. So nobody has actually won yet. So be back here on Sunday, August the 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I will announce the winner. So, as I said, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be the last LFG recap or not. PayPal does work. I'm not sure what you're asking me. Does my PayPal work? Yeah, my PayPal works. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me, buddy. Yes, my PayPal does work. I haven't drawn a winner yet. The winners won't be drawn until August the 9th. Are you asking, like, does my PayPal work for? Because my exclusive news channel is in Discord and it's $3 a month. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me about. So, but yes, my PayPal works. Last time I checked, it worked today. So, like I said, if you can go back to the earlier stream and hit that like button, that'll help me out. And also hit the like button on this stream tonight. So, like I said, they didn't really give much clarification. What is my Discord link? You would have to. Can you follow me on X? And I will send you the Discord link. But the news channel is $3 a month. So if you signed up today, it would be good until August the 26th, and then you would owe $3 again. I have a specific channel where I put all of my exclusive news, but I do a show on Sundays at 6 where I also give out information. I just don't give out as much as I would in the channel. So I don't know how to really give you my Discord link over YouTube, and I really can't give the Discord link that way. So my links are right here. I'm in my bio. You can follow me on X. I don't know if you have a X or Twitter. It's at EVPCJP. Hopefully I'm able to follow you back there. They've been putting a follow limit on, but maybe you could DM me. Like I said, I can't really give out the Discord link here live. So, but if you're interested in joining, definitely DM me. It's $3 to sign up. It's no contract or anything like that. So, and you get news pretty much every day. I post a little bit today, but not very much. It's a Sunday, so it's kind of slow. Should pick up tomorrow with being raw. All right, so like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I do want to thank everybody again so much for all the subs. Last time I checked, I was up to 311. So I did hit my goal before SummerSlam of 300 subscribers to the channel. Ultimately, I have to get to 500. That's the ultimate goal, or the first of the ultimate goals. But now that I know that anything's possible, because I think I got like 60 or 70 subs in like a week. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that tuned in earlier for Sunday Night Scoops at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, about a 2-hour show. Congrats to Wrestle Fanatic for winning the he's already a Discord channel member, but he won a free his next month is free for him, so he will not have to pay $3 next month. So he deserves it. He has been on every one of my shows on Sundays, so congrats to him. So all right, so like I said, not quite sure if this will be my last LFG show or not. I will not be covering it next week, as I will be covering SummerSlam this time next week, the night 2 recap. So if there is another LFG show, I will cover a few more. But we got football season coming up, so I don't know how many more I'm actually going to cover. So it'll just be scoops on Sunday. I'm moving forward, I believe, if they're done. And then once football season gets here, me and Miami will be back on Tuesdays before at an earlier time on Tuesdays. So we'll be doing the NFL show, and then I'll be doing NXT. So we'll switch from doubleheader Sunday to doubleheader Tuesday. So, oh man, it's been a long week. All right, so let's get into it. So this is your LFG Season 3, Episode 14 recap show. The title of this show is the Cam Hendricks Experiment. So if you guys are not familiar with Cam Hendricks, he is actually on NXT. He is involved in the main title pictures. He's had matches against Tony D'Angelo and Miles Bourne. It looks like he's just coming back from an injury or something like that. And he's also married to Maxine Dupree. So interesting stuff there. So they shot the episode off. Cam is driving around in his car, said that he had to take a couple of months off. Matt Bloom and them suggested he take a couple of months off. Told him to kind of go suck everything up, try to get fine-tuned, try to get back on track, get his mind straight and all of that. So Cam is pulling up to the LFG arena as the show is opening up. So Cam Hendricks is obviously a huge part of the NXT program on the men's side moving forward. So so this is a little bit different season as the first 2 seasons, as there are coaches. We have a couple of new coaches this season. Season 1, Season 2 was more about earning your coaches points in order to be able to, the coaches to be able to win at the end of the season. And then the winner on the men's and the ladies side would get an NXT contract. This season is more about still working with the coaches, but at the end of the day, you are trying to earn your spot and either move up to NXT or the main roster or even AAA. As we saw Kendall Gray in episode 1 immediately get bumped up to NXT, which no shocker there. Drake Monroe, who is Roxanne Perez's boyfriend, I think after episode 2, he was moved to AAA. So anything can happen. It just didn't really feel like they're getting ready to close the show up from the way they did the show. So last week we saw Natty as the coach, but she was not there this week. We see Matt Bloom as the show opens up, and he is sitting at the table with the 3 coaches that will be coaching the 3 matches for tonight. Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, and which have been around for all 3 seasons of LFG, and then Kevin Owens. There's no Natty tonight. So we'll quickly run through the 3 matches, and then we'll talk about them. So Booker T, Matt Bloom said Booker T's up first, and the match is going to be PJ Bossa, who is basically a vet of LFG. She's been on every season 1, season 2, and season 3 of LFG. She's going to go one-on-one with Wendy Chu. So if you guys are familiar with Wendy Chu, she's been around a while. She's had some NXT title opportunities. She's traveled all over the world wrestling. She actually wrestled Elena Black Thursday night in the new TNA Women's Knockouts television tournament that went to a time limit draw. So she's very well known. She has a leadership role. So Matt Bloom said that he wants PJ to be consistent with physicality in that match. So the second match is we'll kind of go through the matches. I'm just going to give you the match order. So Bubba Ray Dudley has got the task of Elijah Holyfield, who is usually in the main event here on LFG, going one-on-one with Chris Allen. Both of these guys also have been in every season of LFG. They want Chris Allen to really figure out who he is, his identity. Like, that's the biggest problem with him. They want him to settle into who he is. Bubba said he's going to give Chris the best that he can so he can figure out who he is. So in the main event of the evening, the coach is going to be Kevin Owens, and it's going to be the person that this episode is mainly about, and that is Cam Hendricks going one-on-one with Shady Alanius. If you guys are not familiar with him, that is Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend. He is a 2-time Olympian, a judo Olympian, and this will be his first televised match. So I had never seen this guy wrestle before. All I've seen him is all over Tiffany Stratton's Twitches and TikToks and stuff. So this is the first time to wrestle in front of a crowd. So then we open up with PJ and Wendy Chu preparing Booker T and them were talking about Wendy Chu's been wrestling for 12 years. She said that she's still active in the wrestling business, but it is an honor to coach all the new girls in LFG. PJ Bossa said that Wendy is she said that Wendy is a very strong person in the locker room that shows a very high leadership role. PJ Bossa, they want PJ Bossa to go in and dominate. They feel like that's really the missing piece of the puzzle for her is start to finish the domination. In this match, Wendy Chu is going to be working to get PJ Bossa over. Obviously, as I stated earlier, Wendy is the seasoned vet. So So PJ and her have worked together before, and they enjoy working together. So PJ feels comfortable working with Wendy. Booker T said that your loss is better than your win. PJ learned vulnerability. She will be a complete package. That's what Matt Bloom said about PJ Vasa. So we get Wendy Chu out first. And the announcer will talk about how she traveled the world. She's had title matches in NXT. Very well loved by the crowd. So if you haven't seen Wendy Chu wrestle, you definitely want to check her out because she definitely wrestled all over the United States, all over the country. So then out comes her opponent, which is PJ Vasa. I believe she has some Samoan heritage in her. She has like the Olafala looking necklace on. So they're talking about PJ. They're saying she's stuck in neutral. That's Kevin Owens, or that's Bo Ray Dudley and Booker T talking in the back. They just kind of feel like PJ's kind of stuck in neutral. Booker said that. But the announcer, when she comes out, she's very like intimidating. I'm sorry. But she's not intimidated by anyone. She has shown a lot of progression because she has been on LFG for 3 seasons. This is her 3rd season of LFG. So, Bubba said he wants to see aggression coming to the ring from PJ Vasa. That's something that he felt like she definitely needed to work on. So during the match, they talk about how PJ has the size and strength advantage. PJ is taking it to her at the early going. She takes her to the outside and throws her into the ring post on the outside. So PJ completely is just complete domination. She has the complete size, strength, and speed advantage over Wendy Chu. She definitely turned up the aggression, dominating the match. She hits a belly back suplex on Wendy Chu, but Wendy Chu kicks out at 2. So Wendy Chu comes firing back. And then she hits a crossbody on PJ Vasa, but PJ Vasa kicks out at 2. So then we get a very snap and stern suplex by PJ Vasa. And then she hits a big splash, which the announcer said that PJ Vasa had put many the ladies away on the LFG roster with that splash, but Wendy Chu kicks out at 2. PJ Vasa goes up to the top rope, but Wendy Chu climbs up to the top rope with her. So they're kind of like basically stuck up there together. They're both like welling away at each other. But ultimately, Wendy Chu gets the best of PJ Vasa and hits a massive move off the top rope. She ends up hitting a superplex off the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. Wendy Chu was the winner of the match with that superplex off the top rope. So definitely good stuff there. Booker T's talking about PJ Vasa's fire when she. So the only complaint that Booker T had with this match and with PJ Vasa is he wants her to be able to keep that same fire that she had during the match when she's walking out of the curtain. So he said that's one of the most important things because you are attracting or trying to get the reaction from the crowd. You got to get the crowd invested. If the crowd's not invested, then at the end of the day, are they really going to be invested in your match? You're trying to create an emotional reaction, was kind of the best statement from Booker T on that. Basically, what he means is when PJ Voss is showing all that aggression in the ring, but when she comes out, she's just very like bland, so to speak, then the fans are not going to be as invested in her as if she was just, maintaining the same type of aggression. So PJ also talked about how Wendy made her comfortable. PJ says she felt her best in the ring with Wendy. So that was the opening match we had. Wendy Chu obviously helped put PJ Boss over. Booker T was overall happy with the match, but he told PJ Boss the only thing that she needed to work on was to try to create that emotional reaction when she comes out of the ring, to make sure that she's showing that same aggressive nature inside that she showed during the match. So that was the first match. So we go to match number 2, and as always, LFG is usually a shorter stream, so we will try to zip through this as quickly as possible. I'm not sure if this is the last episode. If it is, thank you guys. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think I've done every episode, but I believe this is at least my 10th episode of LFG, so I do appreciate you guys. It's really late, so this is a difficult show to really do and get views and get people invested in. So Bubba Ray is going to be tasked with this next matchup, which is going to be Elijah Holyfield, who has been in several main events already on LFG Season 3, going up against Chris Allen. So Bubba Ray asked Chris Allen, he said, "Who are you?" At the end of the day, like, if you don't know who you are, then the fans are not going to know who you are, and I'm not going to know who you are. So that's really good stuff right there. So Elijah Holyfield comes out first. So Bubba Ray's in the back in the gorilla position with Chris Allen. He's kind of getting him pumped up, getting him motivated. He tells him that this is Chris Allen's day 1, season 1. Got to forget about everything in the past. Chris Allen has had a rough patch. I believe, unfortunately, I think he was one of the ones that was released by WWE. So he's trying to pump him up for the match, telling him to just start completely over from scratch. This is day 1, season 1. Because Bubba Ray says he just doesn't know who Chris Allen is, and the fans don't know who he is. Says you have to be a fighter who believes in yourself in order to succeed. So Chris Allen, before the match, says that Elijah Holyfield is his biggest competition. Everything has to be bigger with Elijah, is what Bubba Ray tells Elijah Holyfield. So he basically tells him when he's coming out to the ring that he needs to go step in front of the camera and do the pose with his muscles, because obviously he's well put together, very muscular. So he told him to go flex hard in front of the camera and be big. So Elijah's going to be the face in this match, and Chris Allen is going to be the heel. Bubba Ray tells them to show the animosity and the magic in the match. So Bubba Ray said he wants to see fist flying, shoulder tackles, all of the above. He wants to be able to read Elijah's rage in his face. And what he means by that is there's going to come a point in time in the match where Elijah's obviously the favorite and obviously supposed to win the match, but he wants to be able to look into his eyes and be able to tell that he's actually afraid of what he may do to Chris Allen. So that's exactly what he's talking about there. Bubba says he feels he will see the best once the bell rings tonight with Chris Allen and Elijah Holyfield. Elijah's out first. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. We've seen him several times in the main event. He teamed with Apollo Crews against Hank and Tank a couple episodes ago. So that was good stuff there. He was being mentored by Apollo Crews. So in the back again, Bubba tells Chris today it's his day, new Chris Allen day. So then while Elijah Holyfield is flexing around in the ring, out of nowhere, Chris Allen, his music doesn't even hit. He comes out of nowhere and attacks Elijah Holyfield from behind before the bell even rang, and he is just completely welling away at Elijah Holyfield. The bell has not even rang yet. Just pure signs of a heel. So then, so Chris Allen hits a side slam to Elijah. It looks like that Chris is working really well in this match. As a heel, he's working with a lot of arrogance. And he's also working on the right arm. So in the back though, Bubba Ray gets extremely mad because when Chris Allen is working on Elijah Holyfield's right arm, Elijah Holyfield has his head down towards the mat, and Bubba Ray said you have to be able to sell that, like sell that arm injury, sell that your arm is in pain, sell that he's been working on your arm, and Elijah had his face down on the mat. He's like, nobody's going to be able to see that. Like, who's going to be able to see that your face is down on the mat? Nobody's down there but you. So, told him to get his face up. So can't hear anything. He's talking because he's talking down. Is basically what Bubba Ray said. So then Elijah ends up getting the pinfall victory over Chris Allen with the knockout punch, or the 1, 2, 3. Elijah ends up pinning Chris Allen with the knockout punch. That's, if you don't know, Elijah Holyfield is the son of the late great boxer Evander Holyfield, one of the greatest of all time. So the announcers say that Elijah Holyfield has the iron fist. So as I've spoken about Elijah Holyfield this entire season of LFG, he's definitely improved since season 1, and also since season 2 as well. So we go to Bubba Ray, and he asked them both how they felt about the match. Chris Allen said to Bubba Ray that he felt like the match was very repetitive. So Bubba Ray asked Elijah Holyfield, he said, what could you have done better with the selling? Elijah really didn't answer. He didn't really say anything. And so Bubba Ray is already a little upset, like I said, because that is an important focal part of the match is selling. It is a big part of the wrestling business. So he told Elijah that his face is down. You can't sell that way. He said, if that's the case, if you're going to keep your face down there like that when your opponent is working on your arm, and that is the angle of the match, that he's working on your arm to try to soften up your arm for later on for the finish. He said you might as well not even go out there. So Elijah Holyfield gets pissed off. And he walks away from Bubba Ray while he's talking to him, which is just an utmost sign of disrespect to Bubba Ray. But ultimately, so Elijah kind of felt like that Bubba Ray was just talking to him like he was stupid. Basically, was his explanation, which Elijah's kind of always been a hothead since season 1. As long as things are going in his direction, he's fine. But as soon as he starts getting some coach's criticism and stuff, he does seem to get really flustered. And that's going to be something that he's going to have to work on if he's going to be a megastar in any promotion or any company. Is you have to be able to take constructive criticism in wrestling, because you're not just going to wake up and just be fantastic. So that's one thing that Elijah Holyfield, I feel like that's his biggest flaw for sure. So he said he got mad at Bubba Ray because of the way he explained the situation. And he said he would rather walk away than to say something to Bubba Ray that he would regret at the end. Bubba wants you to get better, he said. Well, Matt Bloom said that at the end of the day, Bubba Ray only is hard on these developmental wrestlers because he wants them to get better at the end of the day. It's nothing personal or anything like that. About delivering a message that will. So once Elijah Holyfield walks back over there to Bubba Ray, Bubba Ray tells Elijah Holyfield it's about delivering a message that will trigger you to remember the next time. He said, and I feel like now we're at the point where we've had this conversation. So when that next time arises, you will be able to remember the conversation we had, and this will trigger you on the next time as well. Again, Elijah goes to like a single cut promo interview type thing where he's talking about the whole situation. He said Bubba made him feel dumb. So that was kind of that. Chris Island said that he felt like the match was fine. But he also mentioned that, he felt like maybe Elijah went a little bit overboard by walking away from the coaches. Elijah said something about, I understand that these guys are legends and they're coaches, but just kind of tell me what I did wrong and don't like dance around and make me feel like I'm stupid. At the end of the day, that was what the biggest issue was, is Elijah Holyfield felt like he was stupid at the end of the day. So that's what the biggest issue with that was. So we're 31 minutes in, which was pretty good timing. We usually run right around the hour mark. Don't know if we get quite there yet to the hour mark. We'll see. Just 1 second. Let me check something really quick. I do believe I told you guys the wrong outcome before. Whoops. Let's see. Okay, so Wendy Chu did defeat PJ Vasa. Elijah Holyfield won. Cam Hendricks won. Okay. Cam Hendricks is one of the night's biggest focuses. Even before he steps in the ring, the coaches discuss how much he has grown over the course of the season and how this could be his chance to prove he belongs among WWE superstars. Just going over a quick little recap that I put in my notes. Before the first match, attention turns to PJ Vasa. She faces an intimidating challenge because her opponent is none other than her mentor, NXT superstar Wendy Chu. The coaches explain that wrestling someone who has helped train you is both an honor and a huge mental test. PJ knows Wendy understands her strengths and weaknesses better than almost anyone. Wendy Chu enters with the confidence of an experienced NXT performer. She wastes no time showing why she's become such a respected competitor. PJ tries to match her intensity early, looking to prove she can hang with someone already competing at the next level. The match is very competitive, but Wendy stays one step ahead throughout. Every time PJ builds momentum, Wendy counters with veteran awareness and ring IQ. PJ refuses to quit and keeps fighting back, earning respect for her determination, but experience ultimately makes the difference. After a hard-fought contest, Wendy Chu defeats PJ Vasa. Coaches praise PJ for showing heart and toughness, but also points out areas where she needs to improve. She wants to reach WWE television. Wendy reminds PJ that setbacks are part of becoming a complete performer and encourages her to keep learning from every opportunity. The first match completes. Attention shifts backstage toward the next contest, Chris Island versus Elijah Holyfield, where emotions are already beginning to run high, especially with Bubba Ray watching closely. So I wrote a couple of different things from my blog for this. As the show returns from the focus shifts to the second feature, the coaches talk about how every performance matters more than ever this late in the competition. One great match can change a competitor's standing, while one disappointing performance can cause valuable momentum. The cameras follow Chris Island as he prepares backstage. He speaks about wanting to prove he belongs among the top prospects still competing. Across the hall, Elijah Holyfield is shown warming up, determined to build on everything he learned throughout the season and demonstrate he could perform under pressure. Coaches discuss what they expect from both competitors. They emphasize fundamental ring awareness and the importance of telling a story in the ring rather than simply performing athletic moves. So the opening moments for the match are competitive, with both wrestlers trying to establish control. Chris Allen uses athleticism to create early opportunities, while Elijah answers with physical offense and steady composure. As the match continues, the pace picks up. Both competitors have moments of momentum, forcing the others to adjust. The coaches at ringside, or Bubba Ray, paid close attention not only to the action but also to each other's wrestlers' confidence, reaction, and ability to connect with the audience. Elijah begins taking control during the closing stretch. He capitalizes on opening, string together a series of effective offensive attacks, and keeps Chris from mounting a sustained comeback. After an intense finish, Elijah earns the victory with a knockout punch over Chris Allen. Following the match, Bubba Ray, as I said, was talking about him not being able to have his face out on the mat, wasn't able to sell like that. One of the major moments following the match involved Bubba Ray, who delivers some tough criticism to Elijah despite the victory. Bubba makes it clear that winning alone isn't enough at this stage. He expects complete performances and wants Elijah to continue raising his level rather than becoming satisfied with the win. So we're going to go to the main event. I'm going to read to you through the stuff through the blog, and then I'll read the stuff in the notes first, and then we'll go back to the blog. So the main event of the evening is going to be Kevin Owens as the coach. It's going to be Shady Alanius, which I've never seen him on TV in a wrestling match. I know that is Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend. I've seen him all over Instagram, TikTok with her Twitch streams and stuff like that. He's going to be going one-on-one with Cam Hendricks, who this show is about. KO introduces himself to Shady. So Shady did the Olympics twice, from the time he was 6 to he was 13 years old. He said he got a call from WWE he couldn't pass up. So he knows about KO said he knows about Cam. Cam said he said so KO said your last match once and I went too well. And Cam responds, he said he took 2 months off working on his intensity, violence, and not being able to show his full character. So Cam is going to be the heel in this match. As always, he is the heel on NXT television right now. Cam says that he loves working with KO as his coach, as KO has over 30 years experience in the wrestling business and has so much knowledge. Cam talks about wanting to be a sponge, which I use that word a lot in all of my streams. Basically, it's just soaking up all the information that you can soak up from Kevin Owens. KO said that wrestling has etiquette when he talks to Shady, because Shady, when they're pre-planning the match, Shady is wanting to use the sling blade, which is commonly used by Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. So Kevin Owens is just telling Shady, look, like, it may be okay to do it here, but like when you get it on like the main roster, like, it's just a respect thing to not be using someone else's moves. So Shady asked Kevin Owens, he said, I've thought of 3 different ways to be able to perfect this move to where it's like a modified version of the sling blade. So we go to the main event. This is Shady Alanius' opportunity to make a name for himself. This is his LFG debut, and he's going to be going up against Cam Hendricks, who is a 3-season vet of LFG. He's been on Evolve, and now he is on NXT television. He's coming out here to prove to be worthy of a second chance. In his opinion, Cam Hendricks says he should have won Season 1 and Season 2 of LFG. As I mentioned before, this Shady is a 2-time Olympian in judo. It's his first televised match. It is Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend. So he comes out first, Shady does. And it kind of looks like he got some judo gear on. And then we see the entrance of Showtime himself, Cam Hendricks. I absolutely love Cam Hendricks. I think he's got everything it takes to be a mega star. He's going to be an NXT champion of some sort in the next year or two, I believe. But when he's coming out, like I even like his entrance, you can see the intensity. You can see that 2 month layoff that he had did a lot of wonders for Cam Hendricks. So, but when he's coming out, we see Cam Hendricks' wife, which we all know. We've seen her lately a lot on WWE Raw. It is actually Maxine Dupree, so she is watching from like on the side of the crowd when Cam Hendricks enters the ring. They talk about how Cam left for 2 months. He went to go find himself. New attitude, new confidence for everyone to see tonight. So Shady comes into this match not 100%. So he has a face protector on. So Cam starts off this match being really aggressive. So he throws Shady over the top rope into the floor, and he takes Shady's face and throws it into the ring steps. And this is the first time Shady has a televised match. So even with that face protector on, it looked like, I don't know, like you could tell that this was his first match. Like I was worried. I was like, holy shit. Like I wonder if that face protector even worked. But Shady was definitely the underdog in this match for sure. You could definitely tell just how green he really was. Shout out to the WWE media page for reposting the stream. As I said, this could be our last LFG show. I don't know. They didn't really say anything tonight at the end about how many more episodes they have. I'm assuming that they're only doing 15. If that's the case, that will be next week. So if there is a 16th episode, I do have it set up in YouTube and StreamYard. We'll go to 20 episodes, but if it's 42, like Google says, I'm definitely not doing that. So Cam is really being really aggressive in the match. He hits a lights out clothesline, but Shady kicks out at 2. Shady then, so Cam goes to pick up Shady for a suplex. So, Shady like flips over Cam, goes for a quick roll up, but Cam kicks out at 2. But then Cam hits a big body slam to Shady. Shady kicks out at 2. The announcers are talking about Cam, his aggressiveness, his attitude, from start to finish, from the time he walked through the curtain all the way until he's, got into the ring, that he looks 100% like a different Cam Hendricks than before when he had to leave, when he left for 2 months to try to find himself. They said they asked Cam what the difference was between now and 2 months ago, and he said he is a bully now. They talk about Shady being a judo Olympian. So Shady does end up hitting that sling blade type flatliner move that KO said that he needed to try to find his own grip on. Like he couldn't really copy the move because that's kind of like Seth Rollins and Finn Balor's move on the main roster. So he does hit that on Cam Hendricks, but Cam Hendricks kicks out. And then we get the big Showtime kick from Cam Hendricks, which the announcer says has put away almost every single man on the LFG roster, but Shady kicks out. The fans are getting behind Shady. He's definitely the underdog in the match. Then Shady hits a big, huge neck breaker. So this is really the focal point of the match right here. It was funny because KO was even talking about it after the match, which I'll get to. Shady goes up top, and he goes for a moonsault, which is very similar to his girlfriend, Tiffany Stratton's moonsault. And let's just say that Tiffany Stratton needs to teach Shady how to do a moonsault, because he completely, obviously he's green, and he completely, like, when he's jumping, he lands like way over, like KO described it as Cam didn't even have to move out of the way. That's how far he jumped over. So he goes for the moonsault. He moves out of the way. Cam sets up in the corner, hits him with another lights out clothesline. And then he hits the lights, camera, action for the 1, 2, 3. Cam Hendricks, very impressive in the main event. But for that being Shady's first televised wrestling match, and him having that judo background, he definitely was fighting from behind. He had the crowd behind him, so he was able to tell a story. So But there's just a couple of certain things that he definitely needs to work on, like inventing his own moves, coming up with his own move set, not like replicating someone else's moves on the main roster. And he definitely needs to leave the prettiest moonsault ever to his girlfriend Tiffany. So he talked about that Cam had that killer instinct on the entire match. So KO's backstage with them. Shady goes over there and shakes hands with Shawn Michaels. Obviously, he's always sitting back there at the desk, like watching at the headset, because that's how you get called up. Shawn Michaels will call you over there, call you into the rooms. Okay, you're getting called up. Shawn Michaels gave Shady a good review. You are late. I'm almost done actually, but glad to see you here. I didn't see you for Sunday Night Scoop. Missed you earlier. I'm not sure if you're watching AEW. Pretty big show. As I mentioned to John, if you can go back to that stream and hit that like button. We're trying to get to 20 likes because we are doing that big giveaway on August the 9th on Sunday Night Scoop. So, and if you can hit the like button for this stream too as well. But yes, we're getting ready to get towards the end. But good to see you. So Shawn tells Shady just to work on his basics. KO tells both of them that he thought it was a really solid match, especially for Shady never having a televised wrestling match. He said, looks like you've been in the ring a couple of times already. He said two things about the moonsault. He said, number one is, I'm sure it's going to impress that person. Obviously, he didn't say her name. And then Shady goes into saying, I'm sure you guys know who my significant other is. She is a WWE main roster star on SmackDown, none other than Tiffany Stratton. He's like, I was trying to impress her by hitting the moonsault. KO's like, just kind of find your own thing, basically saying let her do it, but he didn't say that. He over jumped it. It looked really bad. Shady just kind of laughed it off, which is cool. But KO did say that, in his opinion, that both men could be on NXT tomorrow, and nothing would he felt like nothing would nobody would say anything about it. Cam Hendricks said that it was good for him to take that 2-month layoff. He was able to find himself. The confidence that he lacked, which wasn't much because he's always had very, very high self-esteem, but it's new attitude, new confidence. Everyone saw that tonight. Obviously, he is married to Maxine Dupree, and he is a mainstay on the NXT roster. So if you saw him, he was involved in a segment, I believe, that he's challenging Miles Bourne Tuesday for the men's NXT North American Championship. So once again, in the opening match, we have Wendy Chu, a veteran of WWE. She's been around for 10 to 12 years in NXT, Evolve, TNA, and she is a mentor for PJ Vasa. She defeated PJ Vasa in the opening match. And then in the second match, we had Elijah Holyfield with a knockout punch defeat Chris Allen, but things got really heated between him and Bubba Ray afterwards because Bubba Ray was giving Elijah Holyfield some advice because his face was in the mat when he was trying to sell that move. So Elijah took exception to it, walked off, said that he felt like Bubba Ray was talking to him like he was stupid. So my advice to Elijah is these coaches have been doing this a lot longer than you. They're all former champions. They're all Hall of Famers, basically. So in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to be able to take constructive criticism, buddy, at the end of the day. If not, then you are not going to last very long in WWE. So we will go to what I have in the blog. Cam Hendricks' experience reaches its climax as Cam faces Shady Alanius, followed by the coach's final evaluation of closing moments episode. As I said before, Cam Cam Hendricks gets the win with his finisher move over Shady Alanis. Just 1 second. I'm pulling up the match 3 results on my blog. This was so Cam defeated Shady in Shady's LFG debut, giving Cam the biggest win of the episode and living up to the episode title, The Cam Hendricks Experience. Once again, we have Wendy Chu to defeat PJ Bossa, Elijah defeated Chris Allen, and Cam Hendricks defeated Shady Alanius, which was his first match. So as the show returns for the final match, all eyes are on Cam. The coaches explain this isn't just another opportunity, it's a chance for Cam to prove why the episode bears his name. Throughout the season, he's shown flashes of star potential. He has taken 2 months off. Now he has a chance to earn that spotlight back. His opponent is Shady Alanius, making his WWE LFG debut. Coaches note that Shady brings an accomplished athletic background into judo Olympian, 2-time former judo Olympian, to the performance center, but transitioning those skills into sports entertainment is a completely different challenge. They want to see how quickly he can adapt to the WWE style. Both competitors make their interested with the coaches watching closely for the bells. The discussion centers on composure, confidence, who can see the moment. Opening moments are cautious. Both wrestlers try to establish control. Cam looks focused and composed, while Shady works to showcase his strength and athletic ability in his first LFG match. As the contest progresses, Cam begins to settle into a rhythm. His confidence grows as he strings together effective offense and keeps the pressure on. Shady refuses to back down and shows flashes of the talent that earned him this opportunity. But KO can see that he's still adjusting to the pace and presentation required in WWE. And the match builds towards a competitive finish with both men battling for the decisive advantage. Cam capitalizes with the lights, camera, action for the 1, 2, 3. Cam celebrates one of his biggest victories since coming back. Coaches acknowledge that he took advantage of the spotlight and delivered when expectations were at its highest. Tension turns to Shady. Although he comes up short in the debut, the coaches recognize the potential he displayed, discuss the areas that want him to improve, as not doing Tiffany Stratton's moonsault. So, as I said before, Wendy Chu defeated PJ Bossa. Elijah Holyfield defeated Chris Allen in the main event. Cam Hendricks defeated Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend. The first time I've ever seen him wrestle, I saw him on the LFG poster. I was like, man, I've never even seen this guy wrestle before. Which is Shady Alanius. He's not too bad. So, that is pretty much it, guys. As I said, I want to thank everybody. If this is the last LFG episode, I'm not sure. I know that I won't be live next Sunday, as I will be covering the SummerSlam Night 2 recap. So, if this is the last episode, I appreciate all you guys. I know it's super late. The views are always going to be low for this. This is why. This is just one of those shows that you can just kind of go through and just kind of tuck it and bear it kind of thing. But I will go through the comments really quick. Shout out to John Mag Polly 1636. Talking about the drawing. It has not happened yet. It will be August the 9th, 2026. Sunday. Asking for the Discord link. Shout out to DWE Media page. And shout out to Ariel for coming in. So, let me explain how the 3 drawings are going to work. We did get over 10. So, congratulations again to Wrestle Fanatic for earning the month of August free in the Sunday Night Scoops. We did get over 10 likes again. Tonight, I think last time I checked, we were at 16. So, on August the 9th, I'm going to do 2 separate drawings for an exclusive membership into the Discord. We will do them first. I'll do it on a wheel. Everybody that's in the comments for that particular episode, I will put you on the wheel. I'll spin the wheel 12 times. We will get the first winner. And then we'll do it again. So there'll be 2 people that will get 1 free month in my exclusive news channel in the Discord. And then I'm going to take everyone that has been in the comments on any of the Sunday Night Scoop shows in the month of July. I'm going to put everyone on a wheel, and then we're going to spin the wheel 12 times, and the winner on the 12th spin will win $25. Now then we get to the big boy, and this is why the drawing has to be in like 2 weeks, is because I have to go through my YouTube, which is a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. I've gotten about 100 in right now, I believe. I have to go through every single one of my subscribers. As I said, even if you haven't been in my stream or comment, if you're subbed to me, if you win, you win. Ultimately, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that someone that has been active and has been participating, just because I feel like that's the most fair thing. But if you sub, then that means that you do care enough about at least to be subscribed to the channel. But I'm going to have to put 300 names in a randomizer. I don't know if they make wheels big enough for that. So then I will randomize it 12 times. And once I get to the 12th randomizer, whoever is on the first spot will be the winner of the $100. So that's how that's going to work. And moving forward on Sunday Night Scoops, anytime we get over 10 to 12 likes, it won't be a money giveaway, but basically kind of is, because I'm giving you a free month in an exclusive news channel, which is $3 a month. And don't forget if you still want to sign up, or if you want to wait till August the 1st, which will be this coming out Saturday, so you can get a full month in. It is in a Discord. It's an exclusive channel. You don't have to initiate conversation with the 400 people that's in the Discord. It's a private channel. Only the people, myself, the other co-owner of the Discord, the mods that is in the Discord are in, and the people that's paid. Obviously Greg, he won. Shout out to Greg. He won a month last week, and I put Miami in there, obviously, because he's with WWE. But everybody else is paid members, so only the people that's in there can see. I have it set up. There is a thing where when you come in the Discord, you can click on ticket. If you're not friends with me on Discord, or if I'm not on Discord, it'll immediately alert 0, and then he will ping me, and I will go in there, and then we can get you set up that way, or you can just DM me, whichever is easiest for you. So just make sure you don't miss out. Like I said, I've been posting a lot of information in there, and we are less than a week away from SummerSlam. It's midnight on the East Coast, so we are on the road to SummerSlam. So we got a busy week ahead. I'm looking forward to this week with all the content that I have coming for you guys. So once again, this has been your LFG Season 3, Episode 14 recap show, live here on the EVP show. So we are live on my YouTube channel. If you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. If you can, even go back to the show previously earlier tonight, Sunday Night Scoops, and hit that like button. If you guys are able to go back and watch the stream, leave some comment. Tell me what you thought about the episode. If you're a big fan, I know we're closing up on the end of Season 3 of LFG. So like I said, this could possibly be my last show. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like after next week. I'll kind of look into it more when the time comes. I do have an episode set on YouTube just in case there is a show, but we'll see. This could actually be that last episode. If it is, I do want to thank everybody that has tuned in throughout the entire season. We're also live on my X page, and we're also live on DWE Television's X page. So make sure you follow DWE Television on X, and everyone affiliated with DWE Television, starting with the CEO himself, Miami the Great, which you can catch him Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Inside the NFL Mind with Miami. You can see that on DWE TV on X, also on Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube, on Twitch, DWE TV, DWE Television. You can catch all that there. And also give him a follow, and his co-host, the CFO and the HR of DWE, Final Boss Baby with 2 B's. Make sure you follow her on X as well. They were live earlier today. Nice long show. It was supposed to be yesterday, but they moved it to today's time slot since we had it open today. But make sure you follow her. You can you can go back and watch DW Radio earlier today. You can catch it on DW television. You can also catch it on Talk It Up podcast on YouTube, Twitch, as I mentioned earlier, DW TV, DW television, and on Spotify as well. Also, shout out to the best marketing person I know. Shout out to the DW Media page. Make sure you follow that page on X as well. Shout out to the World of Greg. Him and Kyle the Man Anthony will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, unless they're overseas, for the rundown. They will run down the entire Raw card for you and get you ready for Monday Night Raw. So make sure you check that out tomorrow. And speaking of Kyle the Man Anthony, he has his show of his own, which I am the co-host of. You can catch that on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The next episode is this coming Wednesday. It is Queens of WWE episode number 7, where we will be talking about everything, storylines, matches, everything that happened on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT in the women's division. So make sure you tune in to that. After you tune in to my SummerSlam prediction show Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern with a full panel as we go over the entire card of SummerSlam. Shout out also to the Reckless One, Director Reg, After Slam podcast on X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, as well as the Smoke Sessions podcast, Sports Jedi Network, and everyone affiliated with Gimmick Table Media. With that being said, guys, if this is our last episode, I have enjoyed it. It is super late, so it's definitely hard for a lot of people to get invested, but it has averaged around 100 views after it's ran for sometimes. My first LFG episode, I had a lot of people on YouTube, but there's just been so much wrestling going on. It's so hard to get super invested. But I will be back shortly to tell you guys where you can find me on my socials, and what I have coming up for you guys for SummerSlam week. So don't go anywhere.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let show recap prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
Once again, thank you guys all for tuning in to the LFG Season 3, Episode 14 recap show. And thank you for tuning in to LFG. If this is the last, shout out to the Wise Man as well for reposting the stream. If this is the last time that we are on air for LFG, I want to tell you guys, all you guys, thank you. Especially Greg, Miami, Final Boss Baby, Reg, everybody for helping me promote this show. It's super late. So it's super hard to get people in here. So I don't know if this is the last show. I know it won't be live next Sunday, but we'll see where LFG, if it ends next Sunday, or if there's going to be another episode, then I'll be back live again in 2 weeks at the same time, same place. So as far as my social medias, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, you can find me on X at EVPCJP. Elon Musk is giving me some fits right now about following people back. It just doesn't seem to let me want to go over a certain limit. I don't know if I'm following way more than what my followers are. I don't know. I have a blue check mark, so I don't know what the logistics and rules are with that. But if you go all the way up to the top of my X page, you can see my YouTube pinned at the top. Just hit that retweet button. Send it to your friends and family. If you enjoy my wrestling content, I'm sure they will too. On Instagram, you can find me at EVPCJP. It is a business account, but my YouTube is in my bio. You can see all the upcoming videos made by Greg in Miami or my upcoming streams. On TikTok, you can find me at Brady the Goat 21. That's at BRADYDA Goat 21. Again, that is a business account, but my YouTube is in my bio, and you can see all the videos for my upcoming streams. Last but not least, and most importantly, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys have absolutely been killing it. Over 70 subs in the last 96 or so plus hours got me over the 300 sub mark. I believe last time I looked, I was at 311. So we're making our way to 400, which is just incredible. So thank you guys so much. I've been getting alerts and emails from YouTube all week about the growth. So thank you guys so much for that. It means a lot. It means that all the hard work I've been putting in is finally paying off. If you can't find my YouTube page from any of my social media platforms, you can go to the search bar and type in at the EVP show. You'll see over 1,000 live videos, probably 500 to 600 of YouTube shorts, which I'm going to make some shorts this week of the prediction show and a couple of other shows. Maybe Raw tomorrow. I may do some shorts for that. We'll see. But be on the lookout for that. So if you are subscribed, please turn on that notification bell on. You will be reminded for my daily wrestling content. So what I have coming up for you guys for SummerSlam week, I'm back tomorrow night. Make sure first you tune in to the World of Greg and Kyle the Man Anthony at 7 p.m. Eastern for the rundown. And then you can come back at 11 p.m. Eastern and join me for the Raw recap show. It is the last Raw before SummerSlam. Tuesday, come join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for your NXT recap show. And then Wednesday, it's basically doubleheader Wednesday again for me. First off, I will be joined by Miami, Travel Kingpin, Fanatic, Stampede, Carlos, Sean, Khaled, a few others. At 6 p.m. Eastern for the SummerSlam prediction show. We will be predicting all the matches that are listed on the card for SummerSlam. If you are not on the panel, we have a full panel. You will see me make a post later on, like first or second week in August, for the NXT Heatwave PLE coming up at the end of August. If you've never been on here and you would like an opportunity, you don't have to be on camera. If you want your voice heard, this is the channel for you. I try to extend opportunities and stuff like that. Sometime in August, I plan to do a collab with Mandy Nicole Sports. I'm not quite sure if you guys know her. You can look her up on YouTube. She's actually going to SummerSlam. So we've had a couple conversations. We're going to try to set something up after SummerSlam. It's not going to be an interview. It's going to be more of a collab of a show, maybe a Raw or a SmackDown or something like that. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Definitely looking forward to that. Love collabing with other content creators and stuff like that. So, but Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern is the SummerSlam prediction show. And then later on that night at 8 p.m. Eastern, join Kyle the Man Anthony and myself at 8 p.m. Eastern, right after the prediction show. It'll be back-to-back for me and Kyle because both of us are on the prediction show. Tune in to Queens of WWE episode number 7. And then Thursday night, we shift our attention from wrestling back to reality television. Who will be the new HOH? Who wins the Power Veto? Who is nominated? Who wins the BB Time Capsule? Who will be the final nominees going until eviction night? Who will have to go and face off in the BB Blockbuster? And who will be the last two to sit in the eviction chair? Who will actually be voted out as the third person evicted from Big Brother? Find out Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on the Big Brother Season 28 Week 3 recap show. And then Friday night, it's the last show, the last SmackDown before SummerSlam. Join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for your SmackDown recap show. And then Saturday, I'm back. As soon as the post show is over from the main event from Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time Saturday night for the SummerSlam Night 1 recap show. And then Sunday, there will be no Sunday Scoops and no LFG. But no fear, I will be back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for the SummerSlam Night 2 recap show. So that is the schedule for the week. I believe that's 8 shows in 7 days. Plenty of content. Make sure you guys set that notification bell, especially Wednesday for the prediction show. We want to get as many people in here. If you want to put your prediction in the comments, I will put them up on the screen. So we want to have a lot of fun and get these predictions, see what everybody thinks is going to happen at SummerSlam. So that is my schedule for the week. And like I said, if this is our last LFG Season 3 episode together, I have enjoyed it with you guys. And I'm sure I will see you guys back for Season 4. If there is a season 4. But if the season is not over, you guys will see me back in 2 weeks for episode number 16. With that being said, I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE. And DWE is the only place to be. You guys have a happy Monday. Don't work too hard. Come back and join me at 11 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night for your last Raw before SummerSlam, the Raw Recap Show. Good night, everyone.